Hey there, everybody, and welcome to a new American Idol 18 video. We are finally almost to the point where the competition, where our votes have a say, happens.
It's coming.
It's coming this weekend. There's a lot of excitement and stuff to sort of go through there. We will discuss some of that, and also for all of you Francisco Martin fans, we will react to a couple of performances that Idol was generous enough to give us. You didn't bother to give us like anything that we didn't see from Arthur Gunn, but I mean, I'm still grateful that you gave us like 2 performances of Francisco.
Yes, and they were great, so we are going to be talking about that.
Yeah, alright, well before we dive in and break some of this stuff down, if you guys do like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates.
So before we get too far into what's going on with Francisco and his performances, we do want to let you guys know, in case you haven't heard the news, that Grace has gone through and she's going to be part of the top 20.
Yeah, and I will admit, I was probably leaning more towards Lauren. I made that clear in the last video, but...
And I was Team Grace, and I'm really happy she's there.
Really, I'm team both of them should have gone through, and there were a couple of other people I would have cut. Yeah. Like, really, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that twist in general. I kind of just felt like after everything these people have gone through over the past month, just to be like, you know what? You guys can both go through. Everybody wins.
I agree, and if they needed to do something like they just had too many episodes now, just do a double elimination one night.
You can
give them a chance.
Yeah, you guys can figure it out. So here is what we know about, I guess, the schedule that's sort of going to be coming up, is that this weekend it's starting. Everybody will be performing from home. I've seen a lot of interviews and stuff about it. They're going to be, I think, as well equipped, technologically speaking, as possible.
Yeah, and I mean, it's cool that they have found a way to be able to do this. I mean, there was just SNL like a week ago that was able to do stuff from home. I mean, networks are trying to find a way to still bring programming and still finish off shows the best that they can if it's possible. And it looks like it might be possible here.
I think it is definitely going to be a fun experiment. I am excited to see what it looks like. There is going to be a big ol' elimination coming with this episode. You're going to lose a lot of people really quickly. Hopefully Francisco will not be one of them.
He's not going to be one of them. I can't see it happening, honestly.
Don't put us through that. Don't put us through losing Francisco. Keep our Just Sam, keep our Arthur Gunn, keep a lot of the big contenders in there. I do have a lot of questions as to like who is going to be hurt the most by having to not be in front of an audience and not get to dance around.
Yeah, and someone like Francisco, I think, is actually going to continue to thrive with how they're going to be putting things together, because he is a guy that we saw him kind of work the stage in that Hawaii performance, but we've also seen a more sort of stripped down, more sort of inside himself type performances. And if he's just going to be by himself in his living room, he's going to be able to do well with this. I'm not worried about him.
I'm really not either. I think I'm more worried about people who dance around a lot, and that is sort of a big part of what they do. I think Francisco, he's going to be A-okay. I think plus we have an additional amount of work to look at now, which is another reminder of, hey, look, I'm Francisco Martin, and I'm really awesome, and I can make a Kings of Leon cover into something that doesn't sound exactly like Kings of Leon.
And you know what? I can't stand Kings of Leon. I'm probably the only person on the planet that just can't get into I just can't get into them. I don't know what it is. I just, meh.
Well.
But Francisco Martin, you might be turning me around a little bit. I mean, this was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Okay, here's the thing. There is sort of a tiered system of, I think, of bands that people hate. And I think at the top pyramid is probably Nickelback and Coldplay. I actually like Coldplay, but I am well aware that there are a lot of people who hate them. And I think if you go below just that, I think Kings of Leon is kind of on like
That's
that next tier.
Yeah, I'm in the I don't like Kings of Leon, so when I had seen that Francisco was going to be singing Kings of Leon, I was like, oh no, I can't with this group.
See,
but he did a good job with it. And, you know, if you can turn me around on Kings of Leon, then you're doing something right. And I mean, Francisco is he really is doing everything right.
I'm like at Kings of Leon agnostic. It's sort of like I don't care if somebody like goes off on Kings of Leon. I'm not standing up to defend their honor like I would Coldplay. And I think this was a nice rendition of the song. Mm-hmm. I think "You Somebody" is probably the best song that Kings of Leon has done, at least in terms of when I've heard other people do it. I tend to like it a little bit more than when Kings of Leon does it, and that's just because I'm not a big fan of the lead singer, and I think the voice, just the raspiness of the voice of Kings of Leon's a little too much for me. But the song itself, there's an interesting purity to it, and I think Francisco, I'm not saying he's innocent by any means, but I think he can just sort of carry through a vulnerability that I don't think Kings of Leon can really pull off, and I think it adds this different dimension to this song. And it was kind of cool getting the story of this, because it was sort of after they heard the first audition, they were actually like, we want to hear something else from you. It reinforces how good they thought he was.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that Luke Bryan had already written down winner on his paper, like that's his horse in the race, and I think that's a lot of people are behind Francisco, and that everyone's kind of rooting for him. I mean, it's hard not to. He is really good, and he is very genuine, and he can bring this vulnerability out of him that other people, and it brings it out of the rest of us too.
I think that's really what people are sort of looking for in American Idol. I'm not just in 2020, but I think even going all the way back, and I mean like all the way back to Kelly Clarkson, who won American Idol at a time that some of these people weren't even alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you want to feel old today.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But I really think that it is all about becoming attached and relating to somebody. Like, I think Kelly Clarkson way back when was super relatable.
Yep, she was.
And I think Francisco has that sort of thing going on too, where he's finding his confidence and he comes across as really kind and someone people would want to be around, and he's a story to get behind.
And I love that idea of sort of him finding his confidence throughout this competition, because we have seen a little bit, we've seen him have his stumbles, and we saw him in that Hawaii performance where he found some more of his confidence. You just want to root for him, and you want to root for that on top of him being really talented. He is someone that we can all see ourselves in.
To go along with the Kings of Leon performance, Francisco also did in Hollywood Week an original song by the name Lover. And by the way, if you're really wanting to flex some confidence, you name your song Lover. I've probably written maybe like 100 songs, and I have never even remotely considered that, because I do not have the songwriting confidence to name a song Lover. It's a bold move for a guy like this, and I actually think he sold it really well, and it still felt like him.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the name of that song and I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, no.
Right. Maybe there's a little more confidence in him than we've really been seeing. It is bold.
Yeah.
You do have to have a little bit of confidence with that. But that song was so good that, I mean, he should have confidence with that song. It was really nice. I mean, I like a lot of his performances, but having this sort of beautiful original song, I mean, it was something that I just really needed and I wanted.
We need to propose an alternate identity for Francisco when he does this song. We call him Francisco Suave, or like something like that. And is this like a Family Matters thing where Urkel becomes Urkel? I mean, yeah, great. I'm making us seem even older now in this video, but yeah. The more that I see from Francisco, the more excited I am about sort of his trajectory moving into the next part of this competition.
And his versatility. I mean, he really has been able to kind of do all these different things, like a Kings of Leon, or then a song called Lover. I mean, he has a lot of range to be able to do a lot of different things. And I think that after this show, when he goes on to be a star, this is going to be what helps him continue to be a star, because he's going to be able to fit into a few different arenas. And there's not a lot of artists out there that can do that.
No, and especially coming out of this show in particular, because I think you can get pigeonholed really easily on Idol. But I don't think that's going to happen to him. I'm curious to know more about what he's going to sing, how he's going to do it. That stuff will probably get in the days leading up to Sunday's show. So with that in mind, stay tuned. We'll have more American Idol coverage for you guys. Of course, full reaction is coming this weekend. But what do you want to see from Francisco moving forward? Who are you rooting for? And do you think this bizarre American Idol at home or American Idol home edition, I don't know what we should call this, but
yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see kind of where things fall. I mean, someone that I really like is Olivia, and I'm worried.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to happen.
She's so great at working the stage and dancing and stuff like that, and it's part of what I really like about her. So,
we shall
is she
see.
going to dance around the living room? I hope so.
Well, let us know if you want that and what you want from everybody else in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.